Hello everybody and welcome back to Grand Bazaar. It is the 21st day of winter, following up from our snowboarding tournament yesterday. This will be the first bazaar that we'll be going to after reaching 100% of the size earlier on in the week. And I did say that I was going to, at the very least, go to the next two bazaar days in the wintertime and just kind of carry on normally as if we were still working towards the goal. In year 3, I do plan on changing things a little bit, but I still have lots of stuff to get rid of. I've got lots and lots of things in my inventory to get rid of. And I did quite a bit of inventory management, but I do want to do a little bit of cooking before we head on out today. So I'll gather up some more milk and my eggs. And now that I have another cow that I purchased not too long ago, I am actually starting to notice that the milk has started to feel like it's going somewhere. I'm not just running out right away. And all of my eggs right now are at a full 5-star quality, which is really great in terms of inventory space. So I very much appreciate that. And speaking of inventory, I think my inventory right now is completely full up. So I'm just going to combine all of my different stacks. All of my eggs being in one stack is really, really nice, but we can see that all of my milk is of varying qualities at the moment. And those are taking up quite a lot of inventory space. So if I'm able to, we'll just go ahead and combine all of those together. And then I'll do a little bit of fandangling here. Put a few things in my inventory that I'd like to bring with me. I'm going to bring along some gems to sell today. I'm going to finally be getting rid of this diamond. I'm also bringing along a piece of fluorite. I've got a necklace to go and grab over at the windmill. So I'm going to leave an inventory slot free for that. I will bring a few of my pineapples. Might be better to let these build up and get more money for them, but I think it's a good idea for me to just bring them along anyways. At least for the time being. And it is now 9 a.m. So we have a little bit of time here to fill up our bags on a few more items. I'm going to use up as many of these radishes as I can, and I'll just take a stack of 5 milk. And I'll bring some of those to the bazaar with me. I've already cooked either an omelet or an omelet rice. I can't remember which one I have in my inventory right now. But I currently have quite a bit of oil. I've got quite a bit of rice and quite a bit of eggs as well. So I'll go ahead and once again just kind of cook up a few of these to bring with me. And I'm hoping I'm going to be able to replace all of my rice today. So I'm also going to cook up the rest of these and use all of that up. And then that should give me a decent amount of stuff to bring with me to sell. I have a few dishes that I purchased to learn the recipe from, so I do have a few sort of single items in my bag, but cooked up some of my curry powder. I've got some radish soup, some sauteed turnips, a little bit of egg rice, as well. I could probably cook something with my bread, but I'm not quite sure what I want to do with that yet. At this point, it's probably also a good idea just to sell my spinach and my carrots. And not all of the fish that I have are really worth a lot, but I'm gonna bring them with me anyways, just to get rid of them. And I've got 3 spaces remaining, which is perfect because I have a few things in our other windmill that I can pick up just before we head on off to the bazaar. And that will hopefully get us some decent sales. Certainly, if I wanted to shoot for another best sales day on record, I would be saving up my necklaces and I would be selling all of the gems that I have in my inventory and whatnot. But I am still going to try and just pace myself, I think. So we'll add some wool into the mix as well. And I'll leave my other necklace for our next bazaar, just to add a little bit of extra income to our next day of sales. So nothing that's new here, except for maybe a few of the items I purchased just to learn the recipe. So I will start by putting out all of my seed bags. I also managed to catch this fish that is worth $560. I don't know how I did that, but that was a pleasant surprise to me because fishing for the most part just really isn't worth it. And I am selling the diamond as is. Now, we've been holding on to this since the beginning of winter, and I could have sworn that you were able to make some sort of jewelry with this, but it doesn't look like you can. It says can be made into necklaces, bracelets, and other items, but I wasn't able to find anything in my windmill that I was able to make. So I'm just gonna sell it raw, and even on its own, almost 14.5 grand is extremely impressive. I know we were able to make something out of our pink diamond, and perhaps it's a recipe that we don't have unlocked yet. But it's just one more thing taking up some inventory space, and that will allow us to boost our sales. Off to a good start since we were able to sell that immediately. Because I've got multiple gems and necklaces and goodies to sell today, I'm going to just kind of space them out. So I'll wait till the middle of my day, I'll sell something else, and then near the end of the day, I'll sell my last jewelry item. I have a feeling we will probably run out of items or come close to running out, but we'll just have to see how the day goes. So far, it hasn't been too bad. Lots of sales, big quantities for a lot of these things. People are buying my seeds by the handful, which is excellent. And seems to be another day where people are big on just doing their shopping and getting out of here. Haven't had a lot of people popping in to say hello just yet, which is okay. We still have lots of time in the day. Just shy of 75,000 right now. And our goal number has changed. I'm not sure if Felix told us that when we got our bazaar fully leveled or not, whether it just went into that ending cutscene, I don't recall. But the goal now is really far outside of our reach. We will not be able to really hit that goal if we were to try week after week after week, unless I were to come up with some sort of super strategy to be able to do that. So I am actually hoping that we get a lot of really chatty customers, because that will be our best bet in order to really win much of anything at our Bazaar results from here on out, now that the Bazaar is fully expanded. But once the Bazaar is fully expanded, you should have enough money that going is really just going to be 100% optional. This game certainly doesn't have as much use for money once you get, I would say, past maybe your first year and you've bought a lot of the really, really important upgrades. And it just tends to stockpile. I could play this game for probably another year or two, and I would never need to attend another Bazaar, and I still would never run out of money, because what am I going to buy at this point? We do get a few things that unlock in year 3, but even then, if you're going to be going to the Bazaar after it expands, it's going to be just inventory management, or as a fun challenge for yourself, or maybe just to get a few additional unique items if you manage to get yourself within the goal, or you get the best customer service. I feel like the counter has been really busy and I've made a lot of sales, but my money isn't going up by very much, which is a bit of a shame. It might be time for me to put out another gem here. It was so busy, in fact, that I wasn't getting much of an opportunity to put out anything new. But we're in our sort of busy afternoon period, and now it seems like people are certainly coming out a little bit more to chat with us. I've been able to get myself lots and lots of reputation. We might hit like 225,000 is gonna be about my rough estimate, because I do still have another necklace that I have to sell. And as I thought earlier, we are going to run out of items well before the day is over at this point as well. Amir has once again been keeping us pretty good company. It could be my imagination, but I really feel like he sticks around a lot more than the other characters in other seasons. I don't know if he just has some extra money in his pocket, or if he just enjoys the Bazaar because he's a visitor. Now is the time to put my necklace out. If we're able to sell that, we're going to be closer to 250,000. And if you can believe it, that is halfway to what the new goal is. Which is crazy. And we've got the nice friendly guy who wants to do some free advertising for us. Thank you very much. Obviously, the gems have been a huge help in making a pretty significant amount of cash today, but the amount of money I have is a bit better than what I initially thought we were gonna bring in, so I'm okay with that. And I certainly have had enough people talk to me now that I believe getting the customer service award is not going to be much of an issue. It's probably going to be nice and slow for the last hour here just because we've only got seeds left to sell. But I did manage to get rid of a lot of them as well. Like I said, people buying these seeds in really big quantities. I managed to sell, I think, 2 bags because I had 1 bag of yellow pepper seeds that are now gone, and I also have a bag of grass seeds that are also gone. I've got lots and lots of grass seeds being made in my windmill currently, so I'll be able to restock for the next bazaar. And not as slow as I thought, actually, for the bazaar being so close to its end. And Grandpa also coming out right at the last minute to buy the last remaining bit of my grass seeds is amazing. Thank you. Wow. That was another almost 40K in the bag. This really felt very effortless, which I love. I just really feel like my store was pretty busy all day. Big crowds of people. It could also be a little bit of what Felix said was true. Maybe now that the bazaar is at its full size, maybe there are more people coming by. I actually don't know, but for the first bazaar post 100%, it did have a little bit more of a busier feel to it for sure. I know that guy wanted to buy 5 of them. I didn't see him before I threatened to close the shop, but now it is time for me to close up because it is 6:15. $331,000 today, which is a very good sales day for us. But like I said, now that the bazaar is expanded all the way, the goal is huge, and we're not going to be able to meet that week after week. I also feel like this version of the music is a little bit different now that the bazaar has been fully expanded, which is kind of cool. I'm going to go ahead and buy some more curry powder from Chen, and I'm also going to replenish all of that rice that I just used. And I tend to go through this pretty quickly, so I think it's okay and safe for me to go ahead and purchase 50. I've got lots of recipes that I can use rice for. And just because we haven't done it yet at this point, and it's one of the last upgrades that we have to do, I'm finally going to upgrade my stall to its biggest level. I haven't done it up to this point just because I have never really seen the need to do it. We got rid of all of our items, and for multiple bazaars in a row, it hasn't been very difficult for us to clear ourselves of pretty much everything that we bring. But we don't have much else to spend money on, and at this point, it's just one more thing that we can say that we've done in this game. And Lloyd is not selling any gold today, which I would buy if he had some, but I'm going to buy a few pieces of silver. I am working on upgrading my fishing rod a little bit more, and I can make some more necklaces as well. There isn't anything else really worth me purchasing at the moment, so spending a little bit of that money that we earned. I've purchased all of the food, all the recipes. Hopefully in year 3 and as the seasons roll around, there will be some more unique ones for us to buy. And as my trees come in and as the seasons change, we can also work on fleshing out our recipe book a little bit more. It is a shame that I will never be able to finish it just due to the fact that Raoul refuses to sell me certain kinds of seeds. Gannon did stop by to let us know that his work has been completed, but it's the same cutscene every single time, so let's just get to the Bazaar results. And the third place earner is at $467,999. So yeah, the stakes are definitely much higher now. And I feel like these standards are kind of crazy high, considering that most of the townspeople were really struggling to get within all of our previous goals. But it's now going to be a totally reverse situation where we are the losers. And we may never reclaim that glory once again. However, we always have our customer service award. And it may be worth getting your Bazaar results if you keep planning on selling things, just to see what kind of prizes Felix may have for you. It's still a freebie at the end of the day, and we're no longer working towards a monetary goal anymore. So the huge goal is mostly just there to make you feel bad and challenge you. $500,000 to $600,000 every week he wants you to sell. And I'm sure that there are ways to do that I am just not aware of. There's a few things I can think of, such as having pineapples in your basement. Maybe if it's summertime, having lots and lots of pineapples out in your fields. I know that certain perfumes are worth quite a bit of money. If you can use your money to buy ores to then make necklaces to sell those at the bazaar, there are certainly ways to boost your income, but every single week I think is asking a lot. But we did get ourselves a nice bottle of champagne, and we just have one more bazaar to knock out before the year is over with, a week from now on the 29th. So I'll do my best to provide a few things for that upcoming, and hopefully we can have another good sales day. And the only notable thing is the Starry Night Festival on the 24th, but I will probably end up combining that with our end of year festival, just because the Starry Night Festival is a little bit different now that we are married. And I'm really just winding the year down and getting ready to head into year 3 at this point. So it's going to be very routine and just moving things along up until the end of the year at this point. But all in all, I still think it was a pretty good bazaar day by our standards. I'm pretty happy with that result regardless. And we'll just have to see how we do next week. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.